Hey guys, so I know it's been a hot minute since I filmed or posted, but it was the holidays and I decided to take a break between working so I could have some days off on the holidays and spending time with my friends and family. I just really did not have a whole lot of time for filming and I decided to put family first. So today I'm doing a little demo and review on a very expensive foundation. If you've watched my channel in the past, you know that I tend to lean towards expensive eye products and drugstore foundation just because foundation doesn't excite me. Now, oh, there's my lighting. Now, recently, it might have been a month ago, I reviewed the YSL something Touchat very expensive foundation, over $50 Canadian. And I liked it, but I ended up returning it because as it turns out, I don't like really luminous foundations. That's what I thought I was going for. The girl from Sephora gave me exactly what I asked for. And then as I wore it, I just felt like my face was a disco ball, an excessive, wrinkly disco ball. I really hate the placement of my camera right now, but then you see my toilet. I'm gonna get a background to hang in here. That's my next purchase. Tell me what color you think I would look best sitting in front of. I'm leaning towards black just because I'm so goddamn pale. Ooh, or rose gold sequins. That'd be pretty. So the foundation, I digress for a minute and a half, that I'm talking about is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This is when I returned the YSL. This is what I picked up. I've had this for over a month, so I can give it a really good review. And it says, this is the box. I like the packaging. It looks like the Too Faced Born This Way or the Too Faced Born This Way looks like this, whichever one came first, but it's nice, it's simple. It's plastic, which I quite like because I drop shit all the time. It has a lid. I do wish the lid, it does come off, and then it has a pump top, which I quite like. In the demo, you'll see the consistency of the foundation, and it says created for the very latest high definition technologies of the film and TV industry. Ultra HD advanced formulas look invisible on 4K cameras and to the naked eye. Perfect for the makeup pros and for you. It is a pretty, I wouldn't call it a sheer coverage, I call it a medium coverage, but it definitely, you can see the things that I want to show through my foundation. Like I like my freckles and I like my age spots. These are things that I have earned by living life. And I don't want to look masky. Now, like most foundations, their color leans towards yellow undertones. I am so pink undertoned. And even though it's winter, my lighting looks blue, although I replaced my light bulbs in here, so I think it's better. This is still a little bit too yellow for me. Like, I don't know if you can see my hand, but there's some of the foundation left from putting it on. And like, I'm pink, it's yellow. So I still have not found my holy grail. The wear time's great. It doesn't, I do find it settles into my pores a little bit. So I put a tiny bit of Professional and I press underneath it and I press it in. I do think that this is a foundation that needs a primer. Without a primer, it does tend to migrate on my face. Now I have come up with a way that I love this. I have two very, very favorites, really three very favorites, drugstore foundations. I love L'Oreal True Match. I love CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, and I love the L'Oreal Infallible. I would say that the L'Oreal foundations are the best foundations I've ever tried. True Match I've never had a better foundation than this. Now, I wanted to try a high-end foundation. So what I have been doing, because this is a little bit too yellow, and this is a little bit too albino, I've been mixing these together. And the coverage and the consistency, it's like this or this elevates the other. Like this is a great mixing foundation, which sounds super high maintenance, but I have 4 products on my eyebrows and I'm still not happy with them. So I would say I'm super high maintenance. And I hate my hair today. I don't think I got all the conditioner out. It's a little bit limp. And this also mixes really well with the Ready Set Gorgeous. Again, this is a very pink foundation, the 110. This is very yellow. Now, I have not tried it with the L'Oreal Infallible because this is already quite yellow. So I might end up with like a mustardy mess. But this is like an ideal mixing foundation for me. Now in the demo you guys are about to see, I just used this and I used it with my IT Cosmetics brush. I find on its own, this is like the dirtiest beauty blender ever. It is too liquidy for the beauty blender to get the most bang for your buck. I hate wasting product. You will see this foundation in video 6 months from now because I will make it last because I'm a cheap mofo. Foundation doesn't excite me as I talk about it for 6 minutes. So it's too liquidy, but when I mix it with like a thicker foundation like this, then I use the Beauty Blender and the coverage is flawless and perfect and what dreams are made of. So I would not purchase this foundation again, I don't think. I don't tend to purchase things twice, but what I will do is, I think this is almost empty. It's really hard to tell because it really sticks to the jar. This one feels quite light. So I will purchase one of these two, depending, this one's a $6 foundation, so probably this one, and continue to mix it. And I really quite like, especially because these two are a little bit fair for me. And then I use the Beauty Blender and it just shears it out and gives me a perfect wash, and powder sits on it beautifully. Now when I wear it on its own, I put, and I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I put like a translucent pore filling powder, like this Bye Bye Pores by IT Cosmetics. I just find that sits really nicely on top of it and stops it from sliding around. When I mix it with other foundations, every single powder I own looks great on top of it. So I wouldn't purchase it again, but it is a decent foundation. I just like it mixed with other foundations. I mean, experiment. If you have a foundation in your drawer that you're like, oh, it's a little bit too thick or it's a little bit too yellow, and you have another foundation, try mixing them together. Sometimes it works and sometimes it ends up a separating blotchy awfulness. So here is the demo of me putting it on. So on to the demo part of our Makeup Forever Ultra HD. So I do find that this one settles, this is just a terrible, I can't wait till I get a new camera. Oh, lighting got better though. I do find that this one settles into my pores, so I've already moisturized. And now I'm just using this little sample I have of the Professional, and I just put this where I have large pores. So nose, oh, please stay like that lighting, chin, and then whatever's left I kind of smudge, but making sure you really kind of push that in. Now I'm using my IT Cosmetics foundation brush, and I wear the color, I don't know if I said this in my thing, but it's R330 old number 130, I think it is. I don't know, pale as hell. It looks like this. And I just like to squeeze them out onto the back of my hand, 2 pumps. And then I wipe it off with my brush so it doesn't get too gooey. It's pretty liquidy. It's a pretty thin foundation formula. And then I just start in the center of my face where I need the most coverage. And I kind of push it and sweep at the same time. And I do my chin. And as you can see, it gives a decent coverage. I just think it's a little bit, and then over here I kind of buff it in. So I push where I have pores, and then I buff where I have face, less pore. And I always try to make sure I finish off with a downward stroke because I have all this serious peach fuzz. And then we just do the forehead, and again in the center I push, and then out here I sweep. And I always like to make sure you get right up on that eyebrow. And I take whatever is left. I don't like to put a lot underneath my eyes, but I do find it helps lock in. So it's very natural looking. It's very, you can still see my freckles through it, any of my flaws, like this never-ending pimple that's here. I do sometimes like to take another like half squirt, like just a make sure you're cleaning that off, otherwise it gets gooey. And then I like to take that and go back over my center part of my face, because really out here I put bronzer and blush and highlighter, and it just gets a hell of a lot more makeup. So that's the demo of it on. There we go. Foundation complete. Now I just have to finish the rest of my face. Yeah, this is sandwiched in between the videos, so there should be like an ending after this and a beginning before it. Let's hope I... Okay, so that was the demo. I hope you guys enjoyed that. In my intro, I kind of said how I feel about this foundation. I would not purchase it again, but I don't want to return it either. I will use every last drip drop that I can squeeze out of it. But I think I will continue to mix it with my lower end foundations. I mean, you're kind of getting the benefits of both. I like the thickness and the coverage of the lower end foundations, but I like the natural look that this gives. When I mix the two together, I kind of get a medium to work with. So yeah, so that's my review on this. Would not purchase it again, but I look forward to finishing you in 6 months and trying another foundation. You guys will get bored of seeing me use this. I'm sorry. I try not to hoard too many liquids because they go bad. Like, I haven't bought a new lip product in ages because I have so many that I just don't want to have to throw things out. Like, I can't tell you, I have like 200 bottles of nail polish. Every so often I open one and it's like crusty and dry and sad, and I'm like, why did I buy so many? Why didn't I buy like one red, one blue? But that's just not who I am. Mom, don't say I told you so. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me throughout my holiday hiatus. I hope you guys had an amazing family time, whether you celebrate Christmas or other things. I hope you guys had a great time with your family, enjoyed days off work if you got them. I want to give a quick shout out to people who service the public who had to work on Christmas and couldn't be with their families. My life is surrounded by nurses, but let's not forget like policemen, firemen, other people who work holidays, Tim Horton workers, Starbucks workers. You guys all keep Christmas Day amazing for everybody else. So a quick thank you to everyone who wasn't able to spend time with their family like I was lucky enough to. Bye.